I don't really have too much time to think about who I spectate. I just kind of hit buttons and hope that they're in the middle of the action. I'm trying to get used to the new system of, with these cinematic cameras and stuff. They're quite nice, good addition, I think. Sweet. Again, we see Killjoy coming through from Asahi. Not from HollowPoint though. I mean, as Dizilla's gone off, maybe they don't have their Killjoy player. Go for a rain, a Sage. I wasn't really paying attention to this because I was reading my chat. Sage, man. I mean, Sage on this map is pretty good. Not gonna lie. I'm interested to see whether they use these walls. Because I did see a lot of people using the walls for, crossing from B garage to B site in the NA tournament I was watching, and I thought that was definitely the wrong way to go about it. Throwing some assisting smokestone over towards A, and it looks like it's going to be a fast mid take here from HollowPoint. Nade comes through from Sonny M, not really needed because they're already in the site, and that nade is actually going to slow down their own progression. Flashes come through, and C's finds the first kill of this round, and indeed the game. B side is now completely open. Yeah, that is where I was talking about the wall. You could use it kind of diagonally, and Sonny M just maybe feeling a little bit too confident now. I'm not quite sure what he was going for. See, if you could use it heaven and kind of diagonally, like a bit further back, then it would be a lot harder to break. A really interesting smoke coming through from Jet. As I'm talking, is going to be 3 players left for HollowPoint. Zero finding a kill a little bit through the edge of the smoke. He's going to be overhealed to full HP, but it doesn't really matter because it's going to be C's finding the other kill of the round. And a really nice, relatively clean, 3 people surviving, I would say, is quite a clean pistol round. Turbine coming straight out with the Vandal. Aggressive, I like it. They really want under my he changed it. He stopped feeling the same, I guess. He was like, yeah, I got this. Oh no, brings it back out again. Okay, yeah, I rate this, bro. Go for it. You got this. Maybe buy it again because you just wasted some ammo and it might come back to bite you. Never mind. He doesn't want to do it. He was just flexing his skin. Fair enough. Those skins are pretty dope. I think they're going to go for a mid-take against Sonny. Feeling even more confident. Just find 1 kill, but not a second. I'm not sure that's really worth it. They can't pick the weapons up, so, it's not the end of the world. As long as this team can secure this round, that slow is going to knock them back and slow themselves off heaven. I think that's where kind of a really higher tier Sage one tricks would do it differently, like they would use slows in a position where it would always be a negative for the enemy and never kind of a distraction to you guys, Turbine. And you do kills though. And yeah, right in this corridor, if you put it lengthways in that corridor, I feel like it would be an absolute bitch to get through. You'd have to waste loads of ammo or loads of time, but I think the guys retaking it will just kind of give up with that avenue of getting back into the site. I mean, I just, I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know if it would actually cover it very well, but I would like to see someone try it. I know for sure in like sewers it can be really horrible, and over on A back, as you can see on the map, right there, top right of the map. I think if you use it like horizontally in there, it could also block off that entire entrance. Sonny is just loving these satchel charge boosts. Just throw a grenade, not going to find any damage. He's going to rush and find some damage onto Sisma. Isn't going to result in a kill though, but he's on 47 HP with no way of healing. The Sage is on the other team, going down to 9. He's going to be one shot from pretty much all of these SMGs. Jumping over towards this ropes area, and they are going to go over towards B. I like this call. They find 1 kill on towards Lippers. Rowan is going to get caught with a flash in his hands. He's not going to go down. He's actually Turbine manages to get his weapon out in time. He finds kill upgrades as well. He's got res available for this defense. Doesn't have wall, has 1 slow. Not the best. He's going to slow back a site. You know what I mean? Like, he slows back a site and then no one clears it. I don't really see the point in that piece of utility right there. Luke does trade down onto him though, so they don't have res available right now. Bobolt's currently across the board, and Luke just finding C's as he walked into it. Strap left alone, 77 HP, 4 armor, a Spectre. With these long range angles, he doesn't really have too much to work on. Luke just has the weapon advantage. He's going to find Drap quite comfortably there, loses a bit of HP, charges some more of his lockdown, and after this defuse he is going to be 1 point away from one of the best retake abilities in the game. Or, site holding, whatever. So Rez is still available. One of the highest points needed for an ult and the first charge. So that kind of speaks volumes to how Turbine has been performing in these early rounds. 6 kills, 2 deaths. So we know that limited amount of those points were to actually for bomb plants. He's just showing up for his team for sure. And so he's actually second on the scoreboard right now. So definitely not pulling his weight. He's doing a good job, at least in these early rounds, with the less kind of a threat into these lower tiers of weaponry. Sonny M baiting out, seeing if there might be an AWP, baiting out for a camera. See this wall? I don't see this wall as being useful in any way whatsoever. You just use a smoke. As soon as you've got onto the site, that wall is completely useless. Oh, and it is going to wide peek with this bulldog. My sounds have bugged out a little bit. Turbine finds the kill though. Now, this wall is completely useless. It just cuts off your own team from half of the site. Vippers is going to be lurking down to here. I mean, you can't find anything because the wall's up. You might find a kill onto Sage because she doesn't know he's there. She doesn't know Vippers is there because this wall has just given him all the space he could want. Luke finding Drap in this heaven area. But all of a sudden, lockdown is available and there's no real way for them to push to it. Lepus finds a kill. UI trading out, and he's actually safe in this corner, so he should be fine. Okay, Luke finds Sonny, who had jumped in with the satchel charges. But it was just a bait. Zero peeks out with some nice coordination from his teammate and finds the kill. Some good stuff. Yeah, and I think the lack of smokes here, like they have Jet for smokes, and she's obviously not the best at kind of placing them. She has to kind of have somewhat of an angle. You can't just spam them from anywhere like Omen or Brimstone can. Like if you could just smoke that area that Sage walled in the previous round, get out onto site and then wall the CT, then you'd be in a much better situation. But I mean, they won the round, right? So it's not really too bad. They hit Cypher on his cam, but instead of challenging it, they just run away. They're going to smoke in here. Nade comes through. Drap finding Sisma. And again, they're looking to split this B site open. I really want to see Sage throw that wall deeper. I'm not going to lie. Not checking corners. Sonny goes down to a classic. And there are still two defenders on this site. That was the wrong person. Sorry, I was trying to look at Omen, and Turbine finds the kill. Lippers finds another one with the classic though, and these classics are doing more damage than they should be. These puts a stop to that though, and no classics left. At least there's a main weapon available.
Spike planted.
And if you go down to a Spectre in close range, I feel as though it's a little bit more forgiving. You know, I'm not going to BM you for that. See? I almost got that kill, but I'm not going to be like, oh, you shouldn't have pushed into the classic. Weapon has a bit better potential. And yep, he's going to find Luke as he runs out of ammo though.
Cage triggered.
Triggers the cage. You know, you can't pick that up after you've planted. You can pick it up in the warm-up, in the buy phase. Can't pick it up after. We're all used to him not triggering it. You know, why not? Practice pressing F on the cages, I guess. Muscle memory, who knows? Maybe just a bit of, you know, why not, right? And, I mean, I don't know what they're doing here. Drap is alone towards B with a bomb. I mean, realise maybe that's not the best idea, but I would like to see them try and go for more map control with this instead. It looks like it might be a kind of slow passive mid-take, but instead it's going to be HollowPoint just completely changing up the pace and going fast towards A side of the map. Smoke comes through and it looks like it's actually going to be a fake. It's on the M, considering grenading his teammate there, but it's going to be a fake. You're going to rush through towards A, go ropes, and then go B really quickly. I like this. This is a nice strategy. I really like to see this in scrims, trying all these different strats out. And Sonny M, I don't understand that grenade. He's just grenaded half his team. Like what? He's used that pretty much every round. I don't see the point in it. Sees with a nice peek onto Tsuno. Tsuno, I'm sorry, I'm butchering these guys' names. I'm, you know, apart from Luke, I've got a friend called Luke, so I'm pretty confident in that pronunciation. But I mean, I'm trying my best. And 3 people surviving for HollowPoint. Man, they are doing pretty well. They seem pretty confident on this map. These strats are working quite effectively. Yeah. I mean, again, like, that's a nice use of the wall, right? But there's a box right there that people could use to jump over it. So if you just go with like a smoking character instead, like Omen instead of like Raze or Jet, I mean, Sonny M seems to be using these aggressive satchel charges to kind of open up the rounds for his team. So maybe in place of Jet, you go with some better smokes like Omen. They could just have smoked this angle off, go straight through the ropes, and then they would still have the wall. You know, I feel like that might be a better opportunity. Rowan does cancel his From the Shadows ult. Now just looking to take down Luke on the site. Does take him down, but Luke from the grave finds Sonny M with that Molotov. And it is going to be a 3v3. Empress is popped from Lippers, but these angles aren't really favouring him. He goes down, grab from the side, Sunro finding the trade. Does manage to neural theft and get the information of where everyone else is. And Rowan with another kill is just going to be C's left alive. Can the coach clutch this? He gets some information, does see where Omen is. Can't really play for the time here. TP comes through, and he's a bit confused. It was a fake, and coach comes through. Huge 1v2 clutch. Clean as a whistle, doesn't even take a single point of damage. Really good utility usage, and this guy clearly knows what he's doing. Makes sense that he's a coach. He's doing some good stuff. Or maybe it doesn't make sense that he's the coach. Maybe he should be a player, you know. Doing bits. Not trying to advocate for Rap's place being replaced. No, he's been doing quite well in this game so far. 8-2-0. This game is currently 6-1, so it's not like our entire team isn't doing well. C's. Okay, maybe that's why he's a coach, you know, misplacing that age. Quite unfortunate. Sisma taking down Sonny M off the back of this aggressive satchel push. And Lockdown coming through, and Luke with a really nice angle to take down Drap through the wall. Might actually find some people though, because Turbine can't really push through to it. Res is available, but if he's using it, he'll use it in this lockdown. But he just used it.
One enemy
Complete waste. I don't know. I think it went off, right? Yeah, it went off. There's someone. They both just got hit by the lockdown. Maybe he forgot it was there. I'm not quite sure. Defenders win that round quite cleanly. I don't know, man. That Rez, maybe just a little bit of a mishap with the memory. Quite unfortunate, if you ask me. Looks like HollowPoint actually might not have the best money in the world. They're kind of debating whether to go for some pistols or not. Sonny might need to sell here if he wants to buy with the rest of the team he is going to. And it looks like they're just going to play this really safe. They want to keep the momentum for this game. They don't want to lose out on the economy advantage they've got. Showstopper comes through looking for a pick mid. Satchel charges come through, so they're going to know where he is and they run away from it. But that does give HollowPoint some nice map control. Boombot comes through, knows that there's someone there. Grenade comes through as well, and that's quite nice grenade. He's going to find the kill even if he goes down. He doesn't even go down for it, so no, though finds 2 for himself on the site. It looks like this push is not working too well. Turbine has found his way towards spawn though. I don't think he's going to get too much off this unless he runs towards A right now. Man, it should get a plant off if he does. There's no one around to hear him. Oh, a little bit more money in the bank. No utility though. No armor, just a stinger. So there are a pretty low chance he's got to win this round. Asahi have already started rotating. They've been aware of the tomfoolery that's going on in this round. And Turbine is just looking for a bit of a cheese play right now. Flank might work out. But this bomb plant should give them some information that he's not on the site. Because this isn't typically somewhere you'd plant. You are... Yeah, the turret blocking a few shots there, but he knows no one's on the bomb. Finds a dink. This could be huge. He does have heal available, but this is about with the updraft. If he wasn't up there and he didn't have that updraft available, I see Turbine winning that. I'm not going to lie. That was a really good situation for him. Luke on 6 HP, Cypher really low. But that updraft, man, the vertical utility from Jet is basically, I'm not going to say won them the round, but secured it for them. That was looking pretty sticky for them. As Sage had that heal, he was going to be able to peek out again on close to full HP. Unfortunately, man, it didn't happen. No highlight reel for you today. Only C's has got that one today with the 1v2 clutch. And they are going to switch up and look like they go towards A. Gonna spectate Sonny again. He looks like he's going to go for another Satchel charge push towards top mid. They are liking these fast plays on split, and to be honest, so am I. Working out really quite well. And even if they take control of the side of the map, they have no idea where they're going to end up anyway. They have been playing it quite well. Boombot comes through to look for information. Cage comes through as well. And Turbine finding Sisma through the edge of the wall. Wall comes through. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, that wall, not really where I was kind of talking about using it. But Sonny M uses it to his advantage and jumps over, finds a kill bomb. Is going to go down quite safely. We're in a 5v2 right now. Empress and Neural Theft available. Sonny M taking our turret, even though it's not going to do anything. I mean, why not, right? Lippers somehow finds two people there, even with the double peek that was going on. He's now going to have to spam through this wall. He's going to get tagged by the mid-air classic from Jet. And this round is not looking to happen.
Last player standing.
Turbine aside. Lippers just finding, though, a little bit of revenge for his team and a 3k for himself. Just pads the stats a little bit. But that's not going to be around for them, unfortunately. 7-3. Looking quite comfortable. Man, C's, I mean, he was 8-2 recently, and now he's 8-5, so he might be slowing down a little bit. A little bit of the adrenaline of being like, oh shit, I've been asked to play. I'm going to really try hard and, you know, not let these guys down. Maybe the adrenaline of that is going down a little bit. You know, I'm not going to say anything. Like, I'm not going to say he's doing bad at all, because they are 7-3 up. Rounds have slowed down a bit, but I mean not slowed down in a kind of pace sense. Sonny M is already towards top mid. He's going to get shot in the back and somehow finds no kills off of it, even though it looked like that should have been all over his stats. And this round was shut down really quickly, even though all the initial fights were started with people with no guns in hands. Somehow go in their favour. Although they did pop Empress, and with that kill onto Luke, he does extend the time of it a little. Good, just hunt for these frags now. He's completely open. It does look like they're going to gravitate towards that side of the map. Omen does hear this, so it's going to call for a rotate for his team. And he is really low, so he might want to play passively here and not peek out onto the side. If he goes down here, then he's putting his teammates in. Oh no, C's, man. You don't want to peek these angles with your knife out. You don't know where they are. They could be anywhere. Empress is going to run out as well. Oh, he's so close. If he just found another shot, that would have been pretty good. But he manages to jump to find the overhealing. So he's not in a really bad situation right now. He fakes the plant out. They are going to know this is a fake because they can hear the reload coming through. And they are going to push up off the back of this other. But he's just watching the wrong side. The timing in this round is just really not favourable to HollowPoint whatsoever.
Last round in the half.
I mean, they are still 3 rounds up, so not the end of the world. The first orb coming out from Sonny. That's, is he going to go for some jump satchel charges? Is he going to drop it for his teammate, I think, or sell it? Looks like he sold it, never mind. I was going to see some satchel charge jumping 360 orb montage kills from Xbox 360 Modern Warfare 3 days. No, doesn't look like that is going to be the case. And these guys, classic full armor, and sees selling his full armor to buy light armor, even though it is the last round of the half. All used before the round started, just to try and get this angle over towards Heaven, but Luke's finds the first kill. We have taken Heaven on the side of HollowPoint, taking down some of his killjoy utility, working their way over here, but Turbine does manage to get the revive onto Drap safely. But it's back to a 5v5. Don't really have the best weapon advantage, or an advantage at all, let's say. Sonny could find a kill here, but again, the timing is not in his favour. C's does get the trade, though. And that's not the guy I want to spectate. Apologies. DY, though. He has been someone who's been finding quite a lot of frags right now. And they plant for Heaven and proceed to leave Heaven. A bit strange. This bomb plant position isn't really too favourable to the people playing on the site. Especially as Lippus has just taken one of the guys who could have flanked and made good use of the bot plant position. Right, is going to work towards mid, just misses the headshot by a centimetre. Sees is going to get revealed by the Neural Theft. You know where he is. They're going to drop down, Rowan finding him. Nice and easy, and the bomb gets used. This was looking so much like it was going to end in a good HollowPoint path. I mean, it is good, right? 7 to 5 is not bad. But they just looked so confident at the start that I felt like it was going to end up in, you know, like an 8-4, 9-3 kind of situation. But Asahi doing a good job of coming back into it. Well, I'd be pretty happy if I were them. Frenzy coming through from Drap. This is what I was talking about, man. If you can't find the close angles with this weapon, it's not going to be very useful. Instead, going for never mind, not instead. You just go back to the Frenzy. A little bit of a switcheroo there, so Zero can get the Ghost. But if you can't find these close angles that he wants over on the A side of the map, then he's going to have to retake with a Frenzy over towards B, and that's just really not a favourable situation. It does look like it's going to be B. So, I don't know. I don't really like to see this. The smoke does come through, but you can kind of tell from that trajectory that it was from over towards B. Cypher Camp is going to see one person because they didn't peek. It's Sisma with a really nice right click from this classic taking the C's down. And now the full sight take comes through. I'm interested to see what Tsuno can do mid. He does find someone in the back, whiffs the kills, but Sage does no turns around. Man, that was unfortunate. But let's get traded out. You could have found so much more there. And Drap, this is the opportunity you have to pick up a better weapon for these long-range fights. This Frenzy is not going to be good. He finds the headshot, but he can't quite find much more. Sonny with the satchel charge is trying to find something. The right click comes through, but only one shot connects, so he doesn't get anything off of it. And a little bit of a laugh in chat. He was hoping he could get it. I'm flying, he says. Not quite. He looked quite firmly situated on the floor when he died to me. But, you know, close enough, I guess. Oh, that water's nice. There's nothing like a nice sip of water when you've been talking non-stop for a couple of hours, you know? Very nice and refreshing. And this is what I'm talking about. A gamble that is going to be some people towards mid. It is wrong, but I still like to see it, you know, a nice aggressive play, trying to find something off the back of these 5 classics that they've got. And if they move all together, there's a high chance that they're going to get trades, because these SMGs, they fire their bullets so quickly that by the time they've killed one person, trade can come through pretty easily with a classic. Sisma holding his angle towards ropes, finds Turbine quite cleanly. 10 bullets left, you see. If there had been people that were rushing him, he would have been in a pretty bad spot. Sisma does go down to Rowan. So nice trade frags from the teammates, holding angles for each other, and Rowan with 3 kills, protecting his Reyna, at least for a little bit. Actually, no. Entirely, she just stayed alive. Sorry, I thought that was a person down. A really nice, you know, coordination and team effort from these guys taking the second rounder, but now they're going to have to make the decision. Do we go with a bonus round, where we keep these SMGs, or do we upgrade the rifles? Only one of their team went down, so he's the only person that can buy a rifle without losing out on the weapons that he's already got. That's going to be Sisma, obviously. So, you know, like, what do you do here? Look like they're going to go for a bonus round. Hopefully they can find these close angles, or just a fast push. And I can't speak. A fast push towards A. It looks like HollowPoint has kind of read this, and they're already starting to rotate. Zero gets to trade. But, I mean, in reality, you didn't really want to trade in the first place. Sisma finding 2 kills for his team. Turbine does peek up the rope and finds that one. Is, you know, pretty handy. And C's going to find another cage comes through. He's going to hear people pushing through that if they decide to do that. They do not. Make a little bit of noise on it though, and Turbine with a kill on this ropes flank area. They are in a 2v2 where Lippers is. He's going to try and reconvene with his teammate a little bit and play the 2v2 instead of the 1v1. I mean, he's not really, but you know. He's going to find the kill anyway, practicing his recoil control on the wall a bit, and I have to say it was atrocious. I'm sorry to say. I should have spectated someone else, because man, I know recoil control in this game is a little bit random. But, you know, it's still easily-ish controllable. It does change your crosshair a little bit when it starts to go random, and, you know, sure there are some people out there that can boast a pretty good recoil control. I guess as a coach you don't really have much opportunities to practice it. that's why he was using the wall. It's fair enough. And then with the boom bot out towards mid, Lippers are finding a kill over towards A onto Drap, who's getting really aggressive. They didn't really get much information out of that. He only saw 2 people, and the bomb is currently halfway across the map. So they're making some noise over towards B. Does keep Cypher over here, thinking that there might be some kind of late push. He's them on the bomb site as well. Finds a tag. Damn, who needs spray control when you've got a one-shot headshot sheriff aim like that, you know? Maybe Sonny finds his kill now. Lippers is on for the ace right now. They are kind of aware where Cypher is. And it is, you know, it is going to go down to C's. This man is feeling himself with the sheriff. I don't even know if we should pick this Vandal up, I'm not going to lie. Empress comes through. A little bit of a strange decision to me, as the Cypher was on the opposite side of the map, and with calls from your teammates you could determine that he was on around 20 HP. I don't think there was real much need to do that. He does shoot some utility over towards the B side of the map as well, so they are aware that he's actually just saving and not going for it. So, yeah, you know, a little bit of a waste. But you can't really know that, right? They didn't know he was saving, they just wanted to secure the round, and secure the round it did. Who knows? Maybe C's went for that if he didn't hear the Empress go off. Who might say that it was the wrong call? Everyone looks like they're going to get out of there safely. Rowan almost clipping that black explosion from the spike, but not quite. And this looks like it might be a gun round here. They're going to have some light armor on the side of HollowPoint. But, you know, with these weapons, if they can get a close enough angle to find the one-shot headshot, then it's not the end of the world. And on this map, there are quite a lot of angles where the Phantom is going to be able to find that one-shot to the headshot. So, you know.
Cover going out.
Not too bad. Like it might be a kind of slow B take, even slower with a slow orb throwdown. It does look like Satan's going to peek out, not going to find anyone. That was really aggressive, and there was... I don't know if there's much of a reason to do that, especially as this is one of their first gun rounds. Sonny in with a nice little lineup for the grenade. It's not going to find the bomb planter because they're planting in a little bit of a different spot. Find some damage. And Z-Right is going to pop his Empress now. This is going to be way more effective. Going to manage to peek out onto the site whilst he's invisible, get some information. Sonny M and Drap following that information up quite successfully. Suno is in heaven. Z-Right finds a headshot. And the guy Garage has been taken down. The bomb plant gets tapped, so Suno has to peek, see if anything's happening. Nothing was, but he gets taken down. And going to be at 9-8. Another really close game. I mean, off the back of the first half, I didn't expect this game to be this close. Looking quite one-sided, at least in the initial rounds. So good job from the Asahi guys to come back into this. Even if they are still down around. They are gonna not really be able to afford the best buy in the world, but it looks like they might try and go for it anyway. They're confident in Lippers and Rowan to find these kills. They have been finding quite a lot of them previously in this game, so I mean, why not, right? I'm going to go for more of a default over here. They do have Blaze Storm available, so this is maybe what prompted the call to go for a kind of force buy, because they realised that Sisma just, I mean, have that one-shot headshot long-range potential. It's kind of so important for these rifles. Drap, though, going to start the round off nice and good, finding Lippers over towards this A side of the map. Nade finds damage onto Sisma, so this Blaze Storm just starting to look less and less effective as the round goes on. And Sonny with the Stinger finding that close-range kill. He's with another one, and the nerf to Razor's right, Jet's right click is just so rough. Even at close ranges like that, it's not going to find the kill. A nice clean all around. It was only Hero that went down. They're going to be able to afford to buy him a weapon in the next round, so it is not too shabby at all. 3 rounds away from the win. Looking pretty confident, and comes out one to Drap. This guy is pretty proficient with this weapon. We have seen him take some very nice aggressive angles. It looks like he's going to do the same over towards A. But we're not really interested because there's no one there for him to find. So we're going to look over towards his B side of the map. what's going to happen. But yeah, this guy likes to get some nice aggro angles on all sorts of maps with this AWP, and he's pretty confident in finding kills off the back of it as well. We'll keep an eye out for that if he manages to keep it for the next rounds. And again, the trajectory of that smoke, they could probably maybe tell that it didn't come from A. But I think it's not come from A like any of these rounds. Sisma is going to dash out over towards the B-side map. It's going to be completely clear. HollowPoint are going to play for this retake, 5v5 retake. They have a revive and a showstopper, but Sonny going in 1v5 with the showstopper, doesn't find anyone. And sees what's kind of caught out there in a position he didn't really want to be. That might get shot in the head from Garage here, but no one's peeking just quite yet. He's going to find a nice pick onto Sisma. So that's starting it off quite nicely. Aware that someone could be CT, throwing a smoke down, can't quite find the shot. Dashes the wrong way, I think. Res comes through onto Sonny. He did know that someone might have been towards the CT area. But Rowan's going to find the kills off that little lurk. They aren't going to explore any more into it than just throwing down a smoke. And they didn't manage to pick up the ult there. I don't know if they wanted it, but it looked like they were trying to press E into that kind of bundle of weapons on the floor. And they don't have it. So that leads me to believe that they did kind of want it, but it just didn't work out. They don't have money to buy one. So, I mean, quite unfortunate. You know, not the end of it all. We haven't really seen them play with it too much, and they're doing quite well. So there's no real reason for them to be too upset.
Shadows traveling.
You should
Turbine is over here, and Lockdown comes over solo onto this B side of the map, which calls for a really fast rotate. Turbine looking to get really aggressive in the smoke, finds one, that's huge. He sees 3 other people. At least he got a 1-for-1 trade there. If he didn't get that 1-for-1 trade, then he would have died for no reason, and this A side of the map will be blown open in a 4v5 retake. Rowan has already got this advantageous position over here. He has retreated back to the site, so they are going to retake from all different angles. Luke is going to shoot Drap on the side of the head, so that's something you've got to watch out for. These attackers like to kind of hold this heaven area from over here on the retake, and it's pretty powerful. It's quite hard to push unless you go all the way through heaven and waste all that time. Not going to the actual bomb site. Sonny M playing distraction, going in with the satchels. Doesn't quite find the distraction it needs. Rowan finding 2 kills for the defense. And I don't know, man. Sonny just seems to be playing distraction with these satchel charges, and it's not really been... Well, they're 10-10, so it can't be doing that badly, but it's just not really finding the success it needs. You know, like, you can't just trade your life 1-for-1 every time and be like, right, well, that's fine. Because it's not always fine. You know, obviously you would like more than just 1-for-1 trades. That's how you win the game. If you go for a 1-for-1 trade, then it's kind of left down to that final 1v1, and it's not really a trade, it's just a clutch for whoever the best player. An interesting jump camera from Cypher there. It's, you know, you see jump smokes from CS, and now you're starting to see jump camera replacements from Cypher on Valorant. That's quite interesting to me. And this little camera is going to call for a really quick A rotate, which is, you know, fair enough because they're on a pretty low buy. They do wall off mid. Sisma obviously has that updraft to be able to get over it, so he's going to go exploring over towards this B side of the map. Find that no one is there, and he's already called the rotate over towards B because he hasn't found anyone yet. Doesn't find a kill either, and Z-Right finds him in the back. Sisma with nice information, but they can't quite get anything off the back of that. And they're going to go through this wall towards top ropes and maybe go back over towards A. They haven't really committed to anything, they can't really decide. Empress gets popped by Lippers, and he is pretty confident in finding these kills. Rowan, though, finding one towards heaven. They're looking to go over towards A, but there are 3 people here, so they could cut off this bomb from the side if they peek it aggressively. Zero just pop his own Empress. But Luke with a pre-fire taking down almost instantly Lippers with his Empress of his own. Getting a kill and a bit of a reset. He goes in, gets the info that the last 2 people are there. Finds a little angle of one of them, taking down Turbine through the smoke. And for the first time in this game, they have an advantage in scoreline. Looking really quite good for them, especially as it is so close to winning. Only 2 more rounds. Take it. HollowPoint do have a full round of rifles, so providing Sonny doesn't satchel charge in, and throw his life away for not much information or, return. They have a pretty good chance of winning this round. We might even go to overtime, to be honest. Because these teams are pretty... not too bad actually. The drop does just see the head, but the drop doesn't allow him to actually get the shots off in time. He's still looking to get aggressive. Ziggy starting the round off huge with a kill onto Luke. Luke has been pretty prevalent in these rounds. Drap could find the back of two players here. This could be a really nice play, but the timing might not be in his favour. They are going to be already pushed through to heaven, and he has no idea. The re-smoke came through. And Sonny going to go down towards mid. There are people already in heaven, but Drap's aware. Okay, bro. Alright. Just one-tap Lippers into the next century. Turbine finding another kill into Rowan. They are aware that they could still be heaven and Drap. Okay, bro. Calm down, mate. That was pretty nuts. Why don't we see that from you every game? That was really nice one-tap with Blade Storm. Getting himself, obviously, those 5 extra knives back. And finding another kill. That was a really nice play from him. Lucky that he actually was aware that they could have crossed through to heaven. And didn't just, not say anything because he didn't hear anything. Nice call from him. And it gets them to 11-11. So, they're still in the running for this. Neither team are out for the count. Or have all rifles with Blade Storm available. Not Drap. Why is that showing up so easily? It is Sisma. I think the colours are just wrong. He's looking around quite frantically trying to find someone with it, but it is going to be Season instead finding the first kill. He might find another through the smoke, and he does, but Snow and Lippers are finding 2 of their own onto Drap and Zrai over towards mid and heaven. Bomb starts to go down again. If Sonny can get here with a grenade in time, he might find the bomb planter. Oh, but the grenade bounces the wrong way. Finds almost the back of the head. Twino with a flank onto heaven. Finds another one. Sees is got 3 in the round, but the enemy Scythe has also done the same. It is going to be Sage left alive with 1 kill away from res, but I mean, if he kills Rainer towards the back of the site, there's no one he can really res in sight. There's no soul flare. Doesn't matter. Turbine just finds his head. He doesn't care. I mean, to be honest, this might be a situation where you use red for the economy. I'm not use res for the economy. I think they might have enough money to buy next round anyway. BM, this guy is really happy with his clutch. I was, yeah, he might go for it. No, he thinks he can't find any one of his teammates to revive. Unfortunate. Yeah, never mind. They're going to be able to buy perfectly fine anyway. An orb actually comes through from Luke. First time in the game you've seen it. And on a Killjoy, not really the player I would have expected to see out of. I don't see a reason not to use it on a Killjoy. It's not like they've got to proactively be on a camera like Cypher or, actively be using smokes like Owen. So, not the worst character. Usually you see them come through on Jet. HollowPoint without an AWP of their own. Zero might be cut out towards mid here, but you haven't really seen too many AWPs come through in this game, so you might not even be thinking of the possibility that there might be one. You might have just completely forgotten about that weapon. Completely. Turbine looking for a little off peek over towards A. Doesn't see anyone, but there are people there. Age comes through. Turbine with a really nice peek over it is going to probably find at least 1 kill. Yeah, he should fall away because he's got an advantage, but no, he just wants more. More. That's what Turbine says. He heals himself, finding 2 for his team. And that is huge. Zero hiding in this little corner. He needs some kills of his own, otherwise he gives the enemy an avenue back into this round. He does. He manages to disperse away. Not quite. Sisma finding the trade. Drap with a retrade. The showstopper comes through. Does not find any damage to his Killjoy. The Killjoy has an AWP, so they're going to go in for the knife. Turbine finds it. The game's over. That's a good end to a game. That's what I would have done. I would have knifed my own enemy if he was backed into a corner with an AWP.